you just use what you have, y'all. So thank you for all your kind words and the suggestion to keep doing Decorate With Me videos while I have a lot of spaces, as I told you in the last video. So I'm working on this cupboard today. I'd always had my big bed, my baby bed collection in it, but it's time to change it up. It's a new year, purging, you know, going through your items. Since I'm constantly shopping, I'm constantly finding new things. So sometimes you just need a little refresh. To start off with the bottom shelf. Someday I may paint that register. Not right now, we're in winter. So, but I would like to paint it more to match the wood so that it's not so noticeable. So I have this this bucket of little weighted exercise, old antique. I used to have this on the top of my cabinet when you entered, so I could fit them all in and they could stick out. But I think, yeah, it will be too tall. So I'll just slide it over, and then I will put them all kind of like, yeah, back that up right there. That works. And I'll move on to the next shelf. I already have an idea of what I wanted here. I just have to tweak it around. Y'all know I have a love of ironstone, and I love the unique shape of this one, this tall pitcher. And it fits right in there. And then not to take all my baby bends out. Big Ben. This is a Big Ben. It's picking up my ring light because this is a dark corner. Corners are dark. And then I have this tour sign. I think it came from an apple orchard, but I love it. It doesn't have to make sense. So loving on that. I have my wood, I have my black, I have my white, I have my ironstone, my collections. Instead of putting them all into one space, I'm kind of dividing them up around my home. So now my next is I kind of have a pair of these. One's cream, one's black. But I love the black in this cupboard because it's like corners are dark. And I think the size is wonderful. I think it's going to take up the whole the whole shelf, and it does, and it's just going to stand alone. It definitely helps if you have an idea in mind. As I'm getting most of my decor redone, I only have bits and pieces left. Gives me room to buy more. But yeah, let's see what I have for this shelf. So I have a big old ironstone bowl. And yep, I have goodies in my hand. I have this rusted, maybe it was for a topiary, I'm not sure, but it's just a rusted wire ball. And y'all know I love clock faces. To not be repetitive with the baby bends, big bends, I'm going to use a clock face. And then the thing about the bowl is these sink in it. So I'm going to kind of use this, which will match on the bottom, and then rise it up. So see, if I just put that in, then you won't even see it once I put the clock face in. It'll just be like that. You won't even see the fun of the wire ball. It'll be like, ah! Don't see everything, so that's what we're going to use. And the wire ball, and then and then the old clock face. But that way you see all three of the items. But I do feel like because it's a white bowl and it's a white shelf, that I should be sticking something on each side of this. Now, I didn't say I was taking all my baby bends out. The shelf was covered with baby bends, big bends, baby bends, so that's what I have. I love this retro style heavy metal one. So put that one on the opposite side of the big one. This one over here. Christmas number, it doesn't matter, but it's a doorknob, rusty, crusty, chippy paint, holds these register tag numbers up amazingly. So then I will put that behind here, but now I feel like that's off-centered because the wood is there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip it Not very easily, apparently. There we go. It does not matter which direction that goes. So, yeah, I'm going to flip it in there. I think that is a lot. I love it. Love it. It's kind of intentional clutter, but we buy it because we love it. You can be a maximist and look minimal when it's just all nicely arranged on a shelf. Now to work on the top of it. Now this is not a very big little corner cupboard at all. Perfect to put decor in because there's a register there. You don't want to cover up your register completely, especially when it's that large. So I have an item that I'm changing out of my kitchen that I use for Christmas season. And I think I'm hoping like my mini glass cabinet that I had my Putz houses in at Christmas. If you watched my Christmas decor video, I'm going to see how it looks up there. Because I think it's more of a cream than white, which will match the clock faces. Might not be traditional. So I do like it there. I don't like it just standing alone by any means. Like, yeah, like I said, that creamish of it has a little bit of chippy white on it, but that creamish is bringing out the other colors, like in the swan, even the background and the underneath color of the swan is cream. I think I'm going to go ahead and fill the inside up first because I love clock faces. I love certain type of clocks. So this is... I had just stuck this little one in a metal flower frog. They are so useful. So I think I'm going to put that there. And then to bring out some black, I have a little black plastic kid's horse. I love the tail on this one, the stallion. And then I have a sweet little clock. Another, I know, are you surprised? I love these old wind-ups. This one is actually, no, it's a baby bed. I wasn't sure. There we go. Then I have some little creamers. Yet again, something that I had in my kitchen. But I am, yeah, I'm not putting that back there. So this shelf is kind of, it's like either you can move the shelf, and so I could put that underneath or I could put that on top. So there's two places to move the shelf. This is actually older than you think. So I could do this. Then I could put these up here. My little mini creamers, my favorite shape. Yeah, I kind of like that too. I still had some mini creamers and like some little like probably kids' toy plates, kind of like that. Not necessarily butter pats. I wish. So, and then this is just a little square soap dish. But I think I'm going to add that to that, maybe. Maybe move that around. And then, you know, it's all about playing. Decorating your home is like the adult version of playing with your toys. So that is so true. So I think I like that. That almost feels like now it needs to be risen up. So I'll see what I have. I have a sweet little Bible. The black matches the horse. So I think I will do that. And now you can see it more. And then I have another Bible. So I'm going to go ahead and set that on top of here. There again, I'm closing it kind of all off by adding that black. Like the cabinet, little cabinet just doesn't go to the ceiling now, but you have that black stopping. So I love these old blue bottles. I do. So to go with the glass feature in this one's kind of clear. These are blue. It's all good. If they have wording, I try to turn the wording out if I can. I feel like I need to add something wood, and I don't like, maybe this was a masher or it was a darner or it was a child's toy, but it will bring in the other little wood elements that I put in here, and it also pops some of that wood. And then I want to bring one of my advertising crocks in. This is a potted meats in an old English crockery jar, which this is more the color that's in here. And then this color kind of matches this face. You know, it kind of all, I think it all flows. I don't know about you guys, but I love it. And then for a little bit more cream, yeah, just slide it on the floor as an old crock. Oh my goodness. So that kind of ties in yet again with the swan, with the wood. It's all good. It flows. And it doesn't look like I just collected up. I do collect a whole bunch of things, but beautiful. It is beautiful. Unfortunately, it's tall and it's hard to get into one frame. So next, I'm going to be working on the top of my pie safe. I like the 8-pane glass window above it, just because how dark this wood. It's nice to have some more wood. I had my Christmas tree sign over it for Christmas, but I had red Santas on there that really made it pop. There again, I had a whole like ironstone collection and some salvaged pieces, but new year, new way of using your decor. So I think I'm gonna still, I like large items on it because you can't necessarily see into, I put a lot of ironstone in here because then you can see what's in there, and some wood and some other, but I'm not redecorating that the time I decorated it. I steal out of it a lot to use in decor. So, but yeah, yep. So let's decorate the top of this because I really like this to be a focal feature. Because even though our house is like a bowling alley, when I'm sitting on our couch, right here, this is what I see. I see that. I always see this covered. So I love this. This was actually in Chris's bathroom. We changed it out for rusty, crusty cast iron farm. So I bought it from my friend Joanne, who used to have a store, and I'll tell you a little bit about her in a minute. But yes, she closed her store and had a wonderful sale. But my hometown is Quincy, and it says Quincy on the top. So I kind of had a, you know, like, oh, you know, you kind of are always drawn back to your hometown. So I have that, and I'm going to put that against the wall because the wall is white, so that makes it be seen a little bit more. If I kind of put it in the middle, it might get lost. And then almost the same as what I just used. Now I'm going to put this on the opposite, and that'll kind of close this off as so with the wood and nothing else. So I'm just going to put that. Does that make sense? In my mind, it does. Not professional. I just like to play with my toys. Oh, I'm going to bring a little bit of metal in. This is one of the old grain scoops. I don't have a battery operated candle. I haven't found one that I like. I'd like one with that remote control because that just makes life easier. So I'm going to set that. over here, maybe semi-centered chamber pot. When I was growing up, I never in a million years, because you know, yard sales, we were yard sales, garage sales, not thrift stores or anything like that. I'm not even sure. I know that they were probably there, but not anywhere like that we knew. But this old chamber pot, a little worse for wear, but I don't mind. These big ones I do find to be desirable because of their size, and a lot of times they would have a handle. But there's kind of like, you know, like the slope's just not quite there. So one of my favorites to decorate with, it still has the tag on it because you never know if I'm going to resell it since I buy a lot of my greenery wholesale. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and stick that in there. But unfortunately, I didn't have, usually I would have, what is that called? Oh, I can't think of what it's called. There's a dried plant that I'd always put in my pots, but it's so messy. It's like good and smelly at first, and then next thing you know, it's all over the floor, it's all over the house, and I'm all out of it. I actually did get on my website and order a few more. So, but I do have a couple odd things because I really wanted you just use what you have, y'all. So, yeah, I needed a little bit more height back there. And if you have to add something that's the same and doesn't quite match, it's all good. Who knows? Do y'all remember when I got this? Oh my gosh. So this was a store sample for these little corners for your stairs. I love everything about this. But at Christmas time, I had my Santa mugs on it and I had it above my sink. You didn't get to see its beauty. The focus was on the Santa mugs. But I'm like, oh, I want to be able to see it because I was going to put it on my primitive shelf. But I'm like, no. I want us to see it. So I think it's perfect. There again, so I'm matching that same slope. Not the exact same height, but I got the other wood item in there, the two whites, white, green. Yeah, a little iffy. And then my friend Joanne, who I don't know how many years now that she has retired, closed the cutest little primitive retail, and she has a love of ironstone like me, but she got a booth locally. So it was weird because it was almost like I went in it and I'm like, oh, this is my style, this is my jam, you know. So I was so happy because I've been trying to add green into my decor since I had done the glowy uranium. Hope you all saw that video because I haven't come up with the idea of how I want to style it quite yet. So I want to add that into here as I'm jabbering. And then did y'all see me paint these old cans? And then I just added, so they're just old oil cans and it's really hard to get them clean. And so I just have a little clip holding an old price tag, you know, like a bit of shelf tag, I guess you would call it. So this one is quite large, and then this one is small. And when I saw this in her booth, I was like, I know because I had them down here like first, and I'm like, it's okay, but this made it so much better. I was like, yes, please, you need to come with me. And then you see, I still got some space right here. And then another one of my little yummy finds I got the other day was this beautiful herb block. And though I don't think this came originally with it's definitely a fake little rusty, but I don't care. There again, if I would have put it up in the air, I wouldn't have been able to see and appreciate the oddity, the crookedy of it all. So I'll just put that back where it belongs. Voila. Like, you know, for me, I'm sitting on my couch, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking the things that I have in my house that I had up, and I'm like, okay, I want to do this. I think I have that. I'll move this here, this. So, and then I already kind of have a pre-thought. Like I always say, I overthink it a lot. Or I'll see something that inspires me. So there's that. So love how this turned out. See how now the metal makes sense because the metal tops of these. And I'm going to hold out until I find that perfect battery operated candle to go back there, because I'm not sticking a candle back there. That's for sure. So thank you so much for hanging with me today as I styled up a few of the areas. I still have more areas to go to tweak around, but I'll share those with you once I come up with the inspiration. But I hope I have inspired at least one person, gave them an idea of what they might have or might be looking for to use in decor. So thanks again for watching. We will see you next time, guys, and you can see what we're up to. Bye.